How to Firefight. As you already know, Firefight is a first-person shooter game. It has its own rules, mechanics, and flaws. It is set as realistic type of game, or semi-realistic, whatever you call it. But the point of it is pretty straightforward. Kill to win. Sounds easy, right? Well, yeah, it can be tough. Most of the beginners and even intermediate players make the same mistakes. For example, they camp entire game in one spot. They forgot about utility. They picked when they shouldn't. Or they just blocked a teammate. Those are issues that will fix themselves over time while playing the game. But what can we do now? Let's take a look at the basic stuff. There's a lot of guns in Firefight, so no wonder some people have difficulty with choosing one and trying to manage the recoil. For that, I recommend checking out my tier list video. It's outdated because there are new weapons added, but still you can use it as good starting point. Currently, we have 7 maps and 11 factions in the game. Every one of them has their own set of weapons and equipment. You just need to remember what factions there are, the map layout, and choose our favorite weapon by just playing the game. What if we know this stuff already? Here comes positioning and aim. As a player who already knows the game and how it works, the most important thing to know is how to position yourself to not get killed. Aim is another factor, but it's a little bit less important. But the positioning is a key to win. It will give you serious advantage over the players who position themselves poorly. Sometimes you won't even need a good aim because your weapon choice and position will be that good that the only thing you will have to do is to pull the trigger. There is no perfect positions, of course, and eventually enemy will get you, but when that happens, your team will have 8 kill lead, probably. What can we call a good position? A good position will allow us to engage and disengage into the fight quicker than our opponent can react, or that will allow us to keep our body covered while we shoot, for example while doing suppressive fire or sniping. So what are we looking for is either mobility, so opponents cannot predict our movements, or high protection from the cover. The first one will grant more kills, but the second one will grant higher survivability, unless you are spawn camping and enemies are just bots made out of flesh. Here are examples of those positions. The crane, front line of the bunker, bazaar, most of the rooftops, hill, long, bunker spawn, and many, many more. You need to find out what works and what doesn't. I think you waited for this part of the video more than I have. I prepared 5 tips and tricks that will help you survive a little bit longer. No matter what your skill level is, you'll find something useful here. When you are on a roof or any elevation, you're able to jump spot. Jump spotting is a quick peek where you jump to gather information about enemy whereabouts. It is fast and you're almost unkillable, although it will cost you a lot of stamina and it's hard to pull off. It will require you to sprint, jump, and move back. It is effective, but it's also impossible to do consistently. Still, a pretty useful thing to know. Stamina is crucial to stay on your feet, either to run away or push someone. When we are damaged, our stamina goes down and gets capped at lower level, sometimes completely forbidding us from sprinting. But I bet you didn't know that even if you get critically damaged, you have a small window of time where you still can run as you had full stamina. Also, if you prone, your stamina regenerates faster than normal. Button to spot enemies. It would be super OP only if our character wasn't shouting so loud. Every time you use info button, everyone who is nearby can hear it and it reveals your position. So either don't use it or use it rarely. RPGs are really strong and can kill whole team. How do you counter them? You don't. Only thing to do is either suspect that enemy team will use it or use double walls. RPG Blast penetrates one wall where it deals maximum damage. Second wall will let you survive either unharmed or with damage that will hurt you but won't slow it down. Yes, you read that very well. The state they are now, restricted areas are pretty much advantage for you. You get damaged, go to the restricted area. You know that you're screwed and 5 people are following you, go to the restricted area. It will teleport you back to spawn without giving enemy team kill, and your stats won't change. And that would be basically it. Let me down in the comments what do you think about this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.